42 pouring in my cup. In the session real loud, good cash, yeah, you know we about to roll it up. Bring the bottles to the session, big tap, go ahead and just live it up. Get lit one night, after that, we can go ahead.
What's going on? It's your boy Connie, and we're here on 95 South Podcast once again. I want to thank God for this opportunity to be able to be a blessing to other people, to have this great platform to discuss any and everything. And first and foremost, I want to introduce my man, you know what I'm saying, my brother. This morning, so we call him Mr. Petty White this morning, but we got to get started here in a minute. Mr. Personality himself, the great. What's up, man? What's going on?
Man, what's happening, man? Jacob the Great, King Jacob, you know, the one with the big mouth, you know. So, you know, we here. Thank you, God, to be on this side of the dirt. And I do have to, you know, state this disclaimer. Man, what I say, don't put your emotions involved, man, because your emotions ain't do it to you. So, you know, just leave your emotions out the window, because I ain't rolling up your sleeves, because it's about to be big petty.
Oh my goodness.
So anyway, man, go ahead and introduce this young lady so we can get started, bro.
Hey, so, you know, we have the most famous voice in the industry, the most famous female voice in the industry, word on the streets, Deona Freeman. She's a program director. She's a community activist, A&R, a promoter, and just a all-around great person, man. She loved people. She loved to help people, but she loved to help people that love to help themselves, too. Let's not get that part twisted. So, Ms. Freeman, how are you this morning?
I am doing great. How you guys doing? It's so early in the morning for you to be petty, Mr. King Petty.
well, you know, man, it's just some things that need to be said that we don't say. Oh, I don't want to hurt their feelings, or I don't want nobody to do me like that. But you know, they do it to themselves, though. You know how it goes. So let's talk about you. How did you become a program director?
It's a long story. I actually ended up becoming a program director a year ago through Ruthless Killer Records. They had been watching me. Shout out to DJ Rome and Jerry Gibson Jr. I was their host for that Who Got the Flavor tour. And they had been watching everything I do, because prior to that, me and Jerry met when he was like 17, when he was into music, being an artist. And then we met again at the YO ATL RAPS Video Music Awards in Atlanta. And so after that, again, we ran back into each other, and he was like, sis, I need you. Can you do this? Can you be my host, go on tour? So we did Who Got the Flavor all over the country, looking for the best artists to be signed to get a distribution deal through Empire. And I have done so much, and he knows I have done so much over almost 15, probably 18 years, something in the industry all the time. He was like, I need you to be my radio program director. Both of them decided for me to do it because my passion for music and independent music, period, because I deal with a lot of kids that have dreams but don't have a real outlet. So I want to be that program director to create an outlet for independent artists to be able to put their music online. And it started from there, and I've been going ever since.
Okay. Shout out for you for, you know, having a passion to work with the independent artists. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people don't. A lot of people won't. A lot of people think it's like, man, like, no, I don't have time for that. Because a lot of people they're not humble, or they don't remain coachable. Right. If you book them for 5 or 6 shows, you know, they act like they've been on tour with Jada Kiss for 20 years. Not.
Let me tell you,
I'm just saying, man.
I can't even look. I can't even go against you with that because I've had artists that actually have done that to me, and it's a lot of it is because they don't understand the culture and the industry, and they see a lot of stuff on TV, and what you see on TV don't work in the real life.
Right. So how is that job as a program?
And before you continue, and I said before you can continue on, Jacob, the crazy part about it is that the smaller the independent artists are, the more of a diva they are. Like you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Fact.
True. It's true. It's facts. It's facts. Because it's a lot of them that is like that until you humble them down. Then the real world open up to them. Then they, okay, let me slow down because they ain't paying no attention to me. And that's something I stress to them all the time. Don't come out here thinking you just this big time dog all the time, because that is the worst thing you can do, because you can get yourself blackballed before you can get started. And that's very
Icon, you said they divas, man. I think it's a little bit worse than that, man.
Yeah, they divas.
I think it's a little bit worse than that, though, man. But listen, man.
It ain't that worse.
A diva,
the male diva.
a diva sometimes humble themselves. They lay back and watch what happened the week before. So sometimes they humble themselves. But we talking about some of these independent artists. I'm trying to tell you, man. They like, I'm like, have you charted Billboard? Like, can you show me BDS report, or can you? And then the independent artists that can show you all of that, they just humble. It ain't no pressure on them. They like a pleasure to work with. And then when you give them an itinerary for a quarterly budget, every quarter, they look at you like, well, who's supposed to pay for this? You the artist. I ain't an artist. What you mean, who's supposed to pay for it? I don't know. I guess you some kin to a great genie or something. I mean, I ain't supposed to pay for it. You the artist. It's your music. It's your career. Well, I thought, what? You don't get paid to think Bill Gates do, not you. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Right. And see, they don't understand that. That's the one reason why I wouldn't go into management, because of that attitude. I can't do it because I'm a real person, and I'm gonna tell you straight up, I ain't hiding nothing. It's gonna come right on out, so you're gonna understand where I stand on your career, because that's just too much. I mean, you want it, you have to pay for it. In this game, in the industry, you're gonna have to pay for everything you do till somebody decides to help you. And this is real facts. Even now, record labels are waiting to see what kind of work you're putting into before they even sign you. You've been spend almost 10 grand by yourself before somebody actually take the time and look at you.
10 grand, man. Listen, man. I know independent artists spend that in a quarter. When it comes to having a PR, shooting a video, recording studio time, going to a mastering studio, paying for advertisement, and then doing a substantial radio campaign, it's gone. Right. It's gone. So I tell artists, like, you definitely need, at least at a small budget, I tell them that you definitely need at least $5 grand, and they look at me like, what? $5 grand for what? What you mean? Like, are you doing music for a hobby? So, I don't know. Icon, man, tap in on it, man. What you think, man?
Well, the one thing I want Ms. Freeman to answer was, I got into a situation where I became a FM broker, and the one I learned, what artists 2-3 years.
You're breaking up.
A lot of these artists don't understand the importance of radio anymore. They just think it's all about Spotify. Can y'all hear me better?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of these artists don't understand the importance. Okay, importance of radio. They think it's all about Spotify, but they they don't want to spend like on a radio campaign. Can you kind of explain the importance of that and what you've seen in the industry as far as these artists are concerned?
I can hear you, but you keep going out so bad. It's like you stuttering in and out on your connection.
So what he was saying, he worked for a FM radio broker, and a lot of artists don't understand the importance of radio, which is the #1 form of communication when it comes to getting your music out there. And so he wanted you to talk about the importance of radio when it comes to an artist, getting known, getting heard, and even getting seen, because the radio can help get you booked as well.
Okay, one of the most important thing about radio, and this is something I stress to a lot of my artists when before make sure you are registered. A registered artist, not only that you're sending in exclusive music that you own, not leased, not homeboy, yours. Why? Because if I put you on the radio, and it's so important, and somebody else has leased that same beat, if somebody exclusively buy that beat, they can snatch your, either make you gotta pay them or make you take it down. And that's something the artists don't want. It is so important. I stress this to every artist who send me music. Not only that, your brand. If you love your brand and you want to get out here on these FM screens and do your thing, you're going to have to spend that money. You're going to have to put out. And not only that, when it's on the radio, push that station. The reason why it's good, because your DJs are your friends. DJs can either make you or break you. You can't say, okay, I got it on the radio and don't say nothing, or tell that DJ, hey, thank you, or whatever. Because once you start doing that, you're building a bond or a relationship with that station or that DJ on that station, because they're going to push you wherever they go. Clubs and all that. That means you're taking big steps in building and branding and networking at the same time. But and so much of it is so tricky now, where you got the FCC stepping in on a lot of different stuff too, because now they're getting to the point where they are really listening to the music to see if you copyrighted somebody else's music too. So it's so important to every artist who's paying attention to me. Please make sure that you are exclusive, because Empire, Universal, MCA, all those companies, once they want your music and put it in, or you have stolen somebody's music, trust me, they are going to flag you, and they flag every station around the world about your music. So please, fellas, please, make sure, ladies, make sure you're an exclusive artist and don't sell yourself short putting your stuff on the radio, and people like me who want to brand you, break you, put you out there. Make sure you pay attention to the game, because I know it's called the chicken circuit down here. When you got the back of the day, how you see it on Cadillac Records, they pay $200 and $300 to a DJ to get on. If you got to do that, do that. But make sure you be careful and make sure that person is going to do exactly what it say, because they can sit there and pocket your money and say they're going to put it on there, and it comes to a program director like me, and I hear it on the radio, they could snatch it off, because I'm like, no, that's not good quality of music. And that's for real, because I'm like that myself. No, I can't put this on here because the quality is not there. Go back and remaster your music, and then I can pay it on the radio. And because I'm not going to let you sing, oh my God, sound horrible because your levels are off. And somebody gonna told you in the studio, oh, you gonna sing that? Nah, I ain't gonna let you do that. I'm that program director. So you gotta be careful of your brand, period. Putting it on the FM stations.
Yeah, you said something too. Can y'all hear me better now?
Yes.
Okay. And y'all said so. You said something too about promoting the stations that you own too. And I think a lot of artists, when they put out their money and their time and effort to get the song on the radio, they don't even promote the radio stations that they own. They expect you to do all that part. You know what I mean? Which is crazy to me. It's like, shoot, if you're gonna put the money out and get your music out there. At least be promoting and marketing where your music is, other than because you dang sure hollering out Spotify and Apple every time you get on an interview or something. You know what I'm saying? Like people care about that.
Exactly. And it's more important for you to promote that radio station. Because if a big show come through and they looking for opening acts and you've been promoting that station and the DJs that's in there, they're gonna come ask you first before they go outside the norm to get somebody else. So it's important because you are networking. And this is something I stress all the time to artists: network. Networking builds friendships and bonds where people are looking at you for different things.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So, along with you being a program director, um, I think this can be a headache too, but I think it can be a good situation too. Being an A&R can be a headache as well, um, because a lot of artists who don't have management don't understand what digital distribution means. They just think it's going to be on, Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, but do they really read those contracts? What's in that bold black fine print when it says digital? And if you let another company release it digitally, you got to know how much percentage of your music they own. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because that music is then yet under a musical IP address, and so they have exclusive rights to the music. So how many people really read those digital distribution contracts, and how many A&Rs have quit because it's too aggravating? You know what I mean? And so, but it's a lot of A&Rs that have became global and traveled all over the world. And so, what is your stance on being an A&R?
Well, right now with my stance going, and I'm very picky and choosy because I'm looking at your work. You can't just come to me with anything. And then not only that, I stand on you having an entertainment lawyer. And the reason why is because I don't want you to go out there and you don't understand the terminology in the contract because you done got so happy. Oh, I got a deal. But you haven't took the time to read it all the way through to the fine print. So with me, you have to have all that. You got to be established. Or I can put you in the face of somebody that has the experience with entertainment to make sure that you understand your contract. I just don't do that because I feel like you lose your blessings and you're trying to take over somebody like that you can get, go ahead and swindle them out, but I can't do that because I want you to make it. So to do it right, I always stress every artist, anybody I deal with, if you don't understand your contract, dealing in music, please get an entertainment lawyer. Not no regular lawyer, an entertainment lawyer that has years behind them, at least 7 or 8 years. Not nobody with 2, 3. No, you need somebody who actually know the game. So that's why I stress that all the time as an A&R, so I can stand up for my artists when something go wrong and be like, no, they got all their ducats in a row. When I present you, I'm presenting you right. You walking in there right, not with this half bullshit. And I'm looking crazy, and the company looking at me crazy too because you ain't got your stuff together. That won't never happen.
All right, all right. So, with that being said, Icon, you've been doing A&R work for some years now, and how has it changed? Since you first, you know, touched on it and stepped into that limelight. Because you've been in the industry for a while now. So,
Well,
how has it changed over a period of time, and was it better for A&R going from analog to the digital era?
well, first of all, it's better for the A&R because the A&R done got lazy. Some of them have. And
Yeah.
basically, A&R, they don't really put the time to develop the artist. They, and when they find the artist, they go online. They just look for views. They don't look for talent. And then when they get behind, like I get conversation from artists now who will call me and be like, "Well, my A&R don't call me. They don't keep in touch with me. They don't work with me hand in hand." I tell the artist, "They work for you. You don't work for the A&R." You know what I mean? So you need to get on them. And if you with a situation where they provide you A&R, then if the A&R ain't doing what they're supposed to do, you ask for another A&R or whatever. I said, but you don't just allow them to control what you're doing or whatever in that situation. So the biggest thing when this, because I was listening to Smokey Robinson a few weeks ago in the interview, and the biggest thing that Motown separated themselves because of the development of the artists. That's why they've been around for 70 something years, because development of the artists. These labels don't want to develop, and these A&Rs, some of them are a joke. You know what I mean? I've been to events where these A&Rs sit around. All they do want to do is get drunk and high off of your dime and call themselves judging your event. So that's so a lot of this, when we talk about this, it's not just artists having bad music. It's the A&Rs allowing bad music in the industry because they're the ones that's picking it and putting it on their labels. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. So they're just as much of a culprit of our culture being with bad music than the artists are with bad music. Because if I push the artists to be better, then we would get better music. But if I'm just going to take whatever the artists give me, then it's like going to a restaurant and saying, well, give me whatever you got. You don't even decide on nothing. That's basically what the A&Rs are starting to do in this industry right now. The bad ones anyway. You know what I mean?
Right. And let me piggyback back on something you said. Like that. Let me say, I am so strict on views. It's ridiculous. It's because a lot of artists, they buying views. Because when your views don't match your how your record is spinning, there's a lie somewhere. Because we can pull it.
Mm-hmm.
We can actually buy the BDS digital track sheet and look exactly and see what your spin's looking like. And if it ain't adding up, you already know, we know you're lying. Then not only that, with me being an A&R, I also judge showcases. They call me the asshole judge. But it ain't being an asshole. I'm telling you what's wrong. So you can go correct everything that you got going on, because whoever is you with is not developing you the right way. And I tell them, look, you got this, but you lacking in this. You need to correct this because you looking crazy out there, especially the ones, y'all, I can't stand the one that have all the 30 homeboys on the stage. You got 30 homeboys.
Boy, you better stop. You better stop.
You can't even
you gonna
do
get
your
shot
show. I'm trying to listen. You can't do your show and concentrate on what you're supposed to be doing because your homeboys distracting you. It's about you, not your homeboys, and that's something that a lot of them don't understand. And me as an A&R, I can't work with you because that'll let me know what your studio life gonna be like. Your homeboy's gonna always distract you when you try to do business. And that's something I can't have that in my aura because I want to develop you. I want to make sure your talent right. I want you to have all this. If they your homeboys, support you on the flow. If they your homeboys, they buying your music and not trying to get in everything free. And that's for real. And I see it all the time. And that really gets on my nerves. And then they be like, well, why? Because your homeboys, a lot of them are really your crutch. You wanted it them. No, you supposed to be impressing us. Let us see what you got going on so you can improve, because your boys gonna sit there and tell you, oh, you doing good, man. You this, you done. But they're not telling you the truth. And then when people like us tell them the truth, the feelings hurt.
You're right.
Before you jump on, let me say this. And another thing that bothers me is the lack of entertainment on the stage by the artists. In other words, don't know how to entertain, be an entertainer on the stage. They sitting there grabbing their nuts and standing in one spot the whole time or whatever. So that's the one that drives me crazy, because when I used to judge events a lot, the main thing was me. You might not even have the greatest song in the world, but if you can perform, like it was this one guy, he's been around the Atlanta scene for a minute. His name is Duck Hunter. I don't know if you ever heard of Duck Hunter, if you ever seen Duck Hunter perform. But Duck Hunter, I'm telling you, Duck Hunter can perform his ass off. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
better be able to. His name Duck Hunter. He better.
Yeah, but he bring it every single time. Put it like this: major artists don't want to go behind him. You know what I'm saying? He up there when it comes to performing like the Busta Rhymes, He up there with them. You don't want to perform behind this cat. This cat gonna turn your club out. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about he's standing on tables, chairs, he jumping around. I'm talking about by the time he get done, he do one song, and you'd have thought that joker worked out in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and you know what I'm saying? And I ain't going in front. He ain't no eye candy. He ain't nothing good to look at. But I'm just telling you, when you see him on that stage, you're gonna be like, hey, this the one right here. You're gonna want to sign him just off of that alone. You know what I mean?
Right.
What?
But man, let me tell you, I see that so much. And another thing I can't stand, and I stop holding the company, and all I hear is, oh, what you do? Yeah, man, yeah. You don't hear you. Then you turn your back to the audience and still try to perform, and I still don't hear you. When I'm looking at your pants, your drawers, basically because you're sagging, and then I can't hear you.
Exactly.
And that's for real. Exactly. I can't stand it.
Have mercy. Oh man. Well. You said the homeboy. So I'm gonna say this. The homeboys ain't shit. They ain't gonna do shit. They don't mean shit. All they gonna do is run up the tab for your look and your weed. And if something go down, they gonna sign a statement on you, and your career gonna be thrown out the window. So I know several cats that don't allow no marijuana smoking in their studio. Don't want you to bring your homeboys. They tell you that I do closed off sessions. If you don't want to do a closed off session, this is the wrong studio for you, because they want the artists to get the best bang for their buck. You know what I mean? And when you got all them distracting people running in and out of the studio, and then the person might have a wife that invested in the studio, and she opened the door to bring him something to drink, and it smelled like 10 pounds of marijuana, and then he got to go through a knockdown drag out with his wife, like you know. So like a closed off session to me is the best way. The studio, the manager, and the artist and the engineer. You know what I mean? If he ain't got no manager, okay, just him and the engineer, or her and the engineer. You know what I mean? Like them sessions with 5 and 6, 10 people in there. No, man. No, it's horrible, man. It's horrible. Because you can't get nothing done like that. You can't get nothing done like that. It's horrible, man. You know, keep your homeboy over there, man. Maybe shoot him a couple applications or something. You know what I mean? Cause he's definitely, if he with you everywhere you go, then he definitely became a freeloader. For real.
Yep. And a
you
lot
know,
of them they don't understand it.
And the baby mamas, you know, like if you're an artist and you a male and you doing a track with a female and the female is appealing, and the baby mama just busting the studio and like blah, 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 blah. And it's just, man, you got to have your stuff in order. You got to have your personal life in order too. Before you can structure anything in business, you got to have your personal life in order, man. And so, you know, and don't nobody that's been, you know, perfecting their craft as an engineer, that went to school for engineering, don't nobody want their drummer in their studio, man. They don't want them even around. They don't even want to be associated with that. You know what I mean? So you know, I mean that's where I'm at with it. So, you know, I think we just need to lead clowns at the circus and call them bozo. You know what I'm talking about?
Right, because a lot of them don't understand that really, really affects your creativity. It affects your creativity so much. And not only that, let me hit this because some people gonna be mad. Stop screwing your managers.
The big man now.
When I
Hey, that's why I got it again. That's why I stopped doing it. That's why I stopped doing it. We get screwed more than the artists.
Stop, because once you get into a point where you got an A&R or record company that wants to manage you, and you can't say nothing, because I've seen it where you have some awesome talent. It could be male or female, and I've seen it on both sides of it. They're supposed to go out there and they got to go do a show, whatever. You're already mad with your manager. Why? Because both of y'all, you screwing each other. You can't go up there and perform like you want to, like especially our females. You go up there, try to perform, dress the way you want to dress, because it's a show. But as soon as you bend over or whatever, here go your manager all in your face. Or by the time for you can get off the stage, they snatching your arm. That is not a good look. Not only that, you will get talked about so bad in the industry, you won't be able to go perform nowhere because one, we might want you as the artist, but two, we don't want your manager. Your manager just can't come with you because he or she causing drama. And it makes your brand look ridiculous. That means I mean, I've seen it, y'all.
Don't make it
like
personal.
I
Don't
know
miss that with that
right
personal.
now that she should be
Well,
making a lot of money, and she can't do it
the-
because she got a horrible management because they got a relationship that should not have been there.
at the same time, the manager can be horrible when it come on a personal level, but I've seen a lot of managers get people where they need to be, but they just cross the line on the personal level. So if I've been rocking with you for 3-4 years, and if management rocking with somebody for 3-4 years, he got what they need to be, and then she was like, "Well, the label don't want you involved, so you know, I'm gonna have to cut you off as a manager." That person gonna feel some type of way. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then here come the shit on social media. Here come the shit in the magazine. Here come the shit in the magazine artists. Here come that person might just spend some money to put everything in a blog. And blog ain't got nothing to do with them. The blog got to do with the courtship, the business relationship, you know, just how you let the label control your mind. And I built you up from the ground up. I put my money behind you, and now I'm left with nothing. Like, so you're right, it can go left.
Yep.
Let me ask you something real quick, Ms. Freeman. Let me ask this real quick. So when it comes to when you interviewing artists, and the one thing that me and Jacob talk about this all the time, and because I've been doing this, like I was doing online radio since 2012 before it was even a thing. It was like taboo. It was only a few people doing it down here in Georgia or whatever. So the one thing about when artists are interviewing and their personality, they don't have a personality or they're real timid. Do you just talk about that with your artists or people you know about being when they're interviewing? Because I ain't gonna lie, I cut an interview off. I make it seem like, okay, that we good and we'll finish the rest of the show and to talk about something else. But I ain't about to let you waste my whole hour and you ain't got no personality and you ain't bringing nothing to the table. We'll cut it off and do something else for that last 30 minutes. You know what I mean? So how do you feel on that type of thing?
I mean, on my show, I pretty much, like I tell a lot of them, I want you to be you, so you can be relaxed. I don't want you tight, but I make them get comfortable by laughing, joking a little bit before the show, so I can kind of feel where I'm going with the show before I add them to the show, because I don't want a boring segment. Because after a while, I'm be like, okay, let me try to push this and turn it around. But I tell them, I want you to be you. Whatever you need to do to relax, it's all about you. I don't need everybody in the camera. I need you. Because at the same time, what they don't realize, I'm helping you perfect your interviewing skills. So you'll get comfortable to come on shows like mine, yours, and a lot of other shows to be interviewed. So you won't be boring. Because after a while, after 10 minutes and I can't get you to say nothing or do nothing, I'll be like, all right, this your girl, word on the street. We getting ready to get up out of here, and you think, I'm gonna thank you. You know what I'm saying? I won't be rude, but it's wasting my time because I don't have that. I could be doing something else than sitting up here waiting on you to say something, get into the interview, talk about what's really going on, because I'm going to bring out certain points. Because that's the reason why I don't send questions. I don't send questions because you're going to be a dry interview. I'm going to ask you straight up and then form questions as we talk. Because that brings out the real you.
Exactly. Yeah, you like us. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. You exactly how we do it. So people they got to be ready when they come to us, because they don't know what we gonna ask. Now, we ain't gonna embarrass you, but we gonna ask you some questions to make you think.
Because I say anything got my mouth. Believe that.
You know what, Jacob? You know what? And he'll mess with it too. I be cracking up laughing.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They scared of Jacob. They scared of Jacob. You know what? We like good cop, bad cop. I come in the room, they're like, oh, he all nice, he cool. Jacob come in, he like, hey, come here, give me, you know what I'm saying? He gonna throw you up against the wall. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, he aggressive.
Jacob already knew he's coming over here. I'm the same. I could be bad cop, good cop, whatever cop you need, I got you.
You know, it's just like I came from that tough love era, and you know, I'm aggressive like my old school countryman. Like, what, man? Like, what do? You a grown man, right? So we're gonna treat you as such. You know, all
but
these.
The crazy part about it, though, he calm with it, though. That's the trick to it. He's very calm.
It is. Like, and see, you don't pay no attention to that.
Yeah, you don't catch it. You know what I'm saying? You don't catch it. You hear the question, you be like, ooh, I wasn't ready for that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So,
listen,
sometimes I be thinking in my head like, yeah, you done got another one. Yeah. And I don't care how old they are. It could be the young ones, the older ones. It don't matter. It do not matter. You know what I mean? It could be old or young. It don't matter. It could be woman or man. It don't matter. If you ain't ready, you ain't ready.
Right.
You better get ready. You better get ready.
All the time. All the time. That's why I be telling my artists, when you come on there, just be you. Come on, be me, regardless. I don't care. If you want to be thug, I could be thug. You want to sit there talk business, we can talk business. You want to be laid back, we gonna be laid back. It's all on you how you set the tone of the interview.
All I got to say is you need to answer the questions expeditiously. and it would keep saying, oh man. So before I ask you the next question, I want to ask you as a program director, radio personality, promoter, just a music person in general, man. What do you think of the Boozy and T.I. situation? Since we on here, let's talk about the paperwork. You know what I mean? Like the man was dead. The man was dead. Dead man can't talk. So why does Boozy care so much? Like the man family ain't even said nothing about it. It was like he dead, so he can't go to court. He can't get no more time. He dead. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, why is this bothering Boozy so much?
It's a gun charge. That's the thing too. It's a gun charge. Murder. It's not a rape. It's a gun charge. So what's gonna happen with a gun charge that snitching should even be in any equation? But that's
exactly how I feel about it. It shouldn't even be in the equation. So I'm trying to figure out, why is he trying to make it so relevant? Like, come on, man. Is you just trying to get likes or trying to find a way? Because, I think T.I. getting ready to get out of the game. So I don't get it. Every time I see him start talking about it, I'll be laughing like, why is you trying to make this so relevant? If they turn it around and put it on you, you gonna be all in your feelings and stuff back on Facebook with the same exact thing. So every time I see it, I just turn it off because I'm from the street too. So at the end of the day, I don't want to hear that. I just don't need the paperwork. The family ain't said one word. Why are you worried about it?
And Boozy be sitting up there smoking. He be sitting up there smoking blunts with the church boy quartet haircut. Like he about to sing with the Can't Spiritual. And get out of here, bro. Stop, man.
I am not. See, you're being paid early this morning. It's too early.
Oh man! But you know what it is? That whole gangster situation backfired on him. See, when it was the gangster situation, it was all good. But now this affecting his paper. This affecting his so-called brand. Now it's a different story. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, you got all these you got everybody in your ear talking about my uncle called me. Your uncle probably a 60-year-old man sitting on the porch drinking OE or something. You know what I mean, or whatever. So why are you even listening to him? You know what I mean? He probably, you got to probably pay him to probably just do nothing.
What should be going on? He should be pushing his daughter because she rap better than he do. That's what he need to be doing.
I heard she doing her thing out there.
Wow.
Yeah. She rap way better than he do. Boosie, man, you're 40 years old, man. Man, you need to be drinking some peach tea, chewing some gum, and reading USA Today. Stop, bro.
Oh man,
But you
y'all
see,
is
he's really the only 40-something-year-old rapper that's really on that timeline. Most of them just about outputting their music. Even the gutter with the Method Mans and the Rays and the Nas's and all that, they out there getting their money. They ain't caught up in all
they ain't
this,
on that
you know
level.
what I'm saying, neighborhood community BS.
I mean,
They
when you
out there doing their thing and they quiet. You don't have to get on social media with everything and think everybody gonna like it because it's going to kill your brand all the way.
well,
Mm-hmm.
D, when you with the biggest informant agency, Vlad TV, I mean, what you expect?
You know what? I ain't going through this with
All
you
right.
today. Jacob, you ain't finna make me go there with you today.
I'm just saying, man.
You
Like
don't need that for her show. You don't need this for her show.
every dude I see him interviewing, they indicted themselves or indicted somebody else.
Yep,
I'm just saying.
you right. I can't even say nothing on that date. That's exactly what happens. And then,
And you let a dude from Russia, a dude that's the nephew of Vladimir Putin, let you get indicted in America. Get out of here, man.
hey, learn how to stay off social media. Know who you going to get interviewed with. Know the game.
They be acting like they signed with Trump Records. Make hip hop great again.
You know what? Like, boy. Connie, how you go through this with him?
Hey, I don't even know. I just let him go sometimes. Sometimes every now and then got to really like, hey, whoa. But I just let him go. I let him get it out. I just let him get it out.
You feel better now. What else? Let me interview you. How do you feel about it?
Who I feel about talking about Boozy?
On the couch.
Yes.
Man, I just feel like he do too much, bro. You do too much, and then you got you and Charleston White going there, man, and Charleston said that you weren't even in maximum security when you was in prison, man. You was on the good side, man. Where they have T-bone steaks and loaded baked potatoes and stuff, man. Like you didn't eat the oodles and noodles with the honey buns and stuff like that, man. Like, Boozy be acting like he did so much, man. Stop it, bro. You old now. Let your daughter and your son have their rap career. Push them, be their manager or something, man. You on Vlad TV trying to be relevant, man. You got enough fans. Well, you don't need to be on Vlad TV. You can do your own lives, man. Man, you with this Russian dude and he digging up information on people and research investigations and stuff like that and reporting back to the FBI and the CIA, man. You just trying to indict all black people. Get out of here, man. But you want to call T.I. snitch. What you want to call T.I. snitch? Man, if you don't set his monkey ass down, get out of here.
Y'all heard it right here with word on the street. Hakeem Jacob feels about that whole situation.
Well, anyway, Miss D, what can you tell artists how they can get on your show and how they contact you to get the kind of your process and how people get on your show and what you got coming up before we go any more left.
Right, because I got to get out here in a minute, fellas. I got my mom up in the room. She ready to eat. She don't text me. I can't get beat up in Florida.
I know that's right.
I know that's right.
If you want to get in touch with me, you can follow me on Facebook at Deona Freeman Word on the Street. You can follow me on Instagram, DF_Word on the Street. I'm on Twitter, Deona Freeman, DF Word Street. I'm also on YouTube, Deona Freeman Word on the Street. All you got to do is hit me in my inbox. Let me know what you got going on. Show me your work because I don't want to put just anybody out there. I need the people who are actually out there doing their work, that's beating the street for real. Because I have had some that's out. Oh, Jesus. You got about 3 followings and you got a song that you trying to push, but it didn't even master. You hadn't even
Well,
branded yourself. I can't do that. I'm putting the ones that deserve to be on the show to show their work. The ones that's getting slept on in the street, but just don't have the right platforms to get on to push their music the way it needs to be pushed. So just get at me. I will answer everything that comes through my inbox because most of the time I don't sleep. I'm up. I'm a night owl. So you need me, I got you. I don't charge nobody to be on my platform because I feel like you lose your blessing behind that when you doing something from the heart. And my show is actually done from the heart. Now, when it comes to that radio, that's a different story because my people's gotta eat. So if you need to be, need your music pushed, and like a lot of them, like right now, it's pretty much free right now. I tell artists, send me your service pack. Send me your service pack to music.submission@undertheradarradio.com because that's another free way
Now,
to get on the radio.
explain to the artist. Explain to the artist that don't understand what that means. What is a service pack for those that don't understand what that means?
In this service pack, I'm looking for your dirty, your clean. I need 16 bars. I need an intro from you, outro. I need your bio. I need your pictures. I asked for 7 of the 10 that you need to be sending because I don't want to make it hard. And they be like, why you need 16 bars? Let me explain 16 bars. 16 bars are for my DJs. So when they going out doing their mix shows, they can bring you in on 16 bars a cappella, or they can do 16 bars with your music. So it makes the transition and blending easy. So I asked for all of that for a reason, because if we do a mixtape and they're like, man, I need to put you in here. Oh, let me drop his 16. It's easy. So artists who want to get it to me, get it to me. I got you. We are on my tuner. We also on the radar radio is on my tuner. We are getting ready to be on iHeart. We have a lot of big major platforms. We on Google, Amazon, and Spotify, and Apple. We everywhere. So it's not hard to find Deona Freeman. No matter what, you can get it.
Okay. Hold on. Somebody wanted me to post.
You don't have to post. I can get it to her.
Okay. Yeah, Chandler. Miss Spicer, we get it to you. They out of Chicago area. So she doing movies, television. She doing it big up there. So we're gonna get you all the information you need up there to the artists up there.
Okay, just get it to me. I mean, I support everybody, no matter what. My show itself, Word on the Street, is just like y'all. I interview someone. My radio station is the same way. We're not just rap. We're hip hop, gospel, reggae. We got some of everything that's on that station, and I'm slowly building it because there are independent artists all over the world. So it's not, this is a one genre, one color station. It's not.
Okay. That's dope. I love that. That's what's up.
Well, we appreciate you coming on here this morning, giving us your time. We don't want you to hold mama up, but we know how mama get hungry, and if she don't get fed, it get ugly. So
and one more thing to say. I got one more thing. Right. Everybody who checking in right now, I am the manager at YO ATL RAPS, which is the YO ATL RAPS Video Music Awards going down April 29th at the Atrium in Atlanta, Georgia. We got some of the biggest, hottest names given away for Lifetime Achievement Award winners and our independent artists. So if y'all want to come, tickets are $30. We still got sections and maybe 2 tables left. So make sure y'all go to the website to get all the information.
Okay, that's what's up. Well, y'all have a blessed and wonderful day. Don't have too much fun out there. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, enjoy yourself, because I know how it is being down at the beach in Atlanta. But so till next time, it's Connie. It's my man Jacob the Great. We out of here.
Yeah. All right. Hey, y'all fellas. Bye.
We got the good vibe, got the 1942 pouring in my cup. In the session real loud, good gas, yeah, you know we about to roll it up.